Wiring a condenser fan motor for an HVAC or a heating and air conditioning unit, namely a three-wire wiring setup, which the condenser fan motor normally is located outside, has a fan attached to the shaft, and rotates and pulls the fan and pulls the air upward, which essentially takes high pressure vapor and pulls the cool air over it, and hence the name condenser, and condenses it from a vapor to a liquid form. So the heating and air conditioning cycle is vapor to liquid, liquid to vapor. It goes around and around 360 degrees, a repetitive cycle, if everything is working properly. So the condenser fan motor here is okay. If you need to change this and it's a three-wire, okay, if we take, we have three wires, this would be connected to the contactor, so, and then the capacitor. So if one has, say we have three wires here, namely we have a common, a run, and a start. A common, run, and a start, generally speaking. So then we have the contactor, which pulls 240 from L1 to L2 to T1 to T2. Now their power is only on the top side of the contactor if the low voltage side is pulled in, allowing the 240 volts to jump from the bottom to the top. And in this case, say we have, okay, the contactor. So on the top side of the contactor, say if we have if this black wire is the common, say, and then this orange looking wire or whatever color, they get faded out. Sometimes it's actually difficult to determine the exact color of the wire, because over a period of time they get just kind of faded. And so, but we'll say the black's the common, and then so then we have then this would be the run. So these two wires here you would simply attach to the top of the contactor. One goes to the common, one goes to the run side. So okay, once this is done, we have these two wires out of the way. The one leg is going to pull 120 volts. The other leg is going to pull 120 volts. If we take 120 plus 120, we have 240. Hence, we have enough. Okay, if we have the start is generally the brown wire. Now, this brown wire from the condenser fan motor will go to the dual run capacitor. Mostly it's a dual run. In many applications, it's a round, kind of like the size, a little bit smaller than the size of a soda can, and may even resemble it. It's silver, and on the top of the capacitor it has Herm, it has fan, and it has common. So this start would go to the fan side on the contactor, and I think the fan side has two prongs. I'm not certain on that. And I think the Herm has three, and then the common may have four. So this would go, the brown, the start would go to the capacitor, I think. Okay, once this is here, then we have these two wires going to the contactor. Okay, then we if one is common and one is run, say this would be common and this would be run. We take a jumper wire. A jumper wire is nothing but a wire similar to this, and we jumper from the run side. Now this is where it can get a little confusing. So the takeaway here is we take a wire, and I believe we go from, and the HVAC guys can add this to the comments and make sure I'm in check here, but run from the run side, run like a jumper wire, which would be a piece of wire with one of these spade connectors on each end. One side would be on the run side of the contactor. Remember, we have the common and the run. Just remember CR, like credit. Okay, one from the then we jumper from the run side to the capacitor. over here where this wire is connected, this brown wire is connected, and trying to find the end of the brown wire. Now the brown would be on the fan, but on the capacitor you'll see a terminal that says C. That means common. So there may be 4 prongs on this common terminal. So you hook this up, the start from the motor to the fan terminal. Then you take the jumper wire from your run terminal. You've already got this on top of the contactor. You'll have another spade, so you just come beside it or wherever you've got the space on the top to plug another one of these in, and then take the other end of the wire and jumper it over to the capacitor and connect it to the common side. So run to common. So we have, again, let's reiterate, condenser fan motor, 3-wire condenser fan motor, common start run, common and run go to the top of the to the contactor. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that, get tongue twisted. The common and the run go to the top of the contactor. The start would go to the fan side of the capacitor, and normally it's a dual run capacitor. Then there would be a jumper wire from the run side of the contactor on the top side on either T1 or T2 and jumper it over, and that gives you 120 volts feeding the capacitor for the common. So you would have plugged in 2 different areas in the capacitor. One would, the brown would go into the fan, and your jumper wire would go from your to your common side to the contactor on the run side of the contactor. So this is a 3-wire condenser fan motor. I hope this sometimes it gets a little bit confusing, but it's really simple once you get it down. You just have to get it in your head. Now do keep in mind there is a 4-wire condenser fan motor as well. So there's a 3 and a 4, but this application here is a 3. 2 wires go to the top of the contactor, 1 wire goes to the capacitor. 1 jumper wire goes from the run side of the contactor to the common side of the capacitor. So this is how to wire a 3-wire condenser fan motor. Thank you for watching. If you find any of these videos useful, helpful, beneficial, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and have a great day.